The way shrines display great variety through Samhain, yet the concept always remains unchanged. A form of exchange is declared, but there is no quill or parchment on which to sign one's name. There is simply an understanding between creature and man. A pact with the world peckers. Allow me to clarify with my first sighting. There is a glade in the deep, thick musk of the forest, revealing a large willow tree. Its drooping branches lay central to the dull light of the clearing. The almost perfectly circular shape of this location, and lack of any other vegetation taller than knee-height in a 5-meter diameter of the willow's branches, stood out to a wayward pattern searcher, though otherwise blend naturally into the birches and oaks beyond. Within its branches, hidden from prying eyes, it can be seen that there is nothing outstanding about the willow itself. Brown mulch and fading leaves scatter the interior floor, except for a solitary tree stump. Standing about a meter away from the trunk of the willow and as wide as a large serving dish, the stump holds several bizarre occupants. A wash of sticky tree sap, the colour a few shades darker than maple syrup, tempts grubs, the likes of which I had never seen. Their writhing, plump bodies stuck to the sap, its residue making unwilling bait of them. Regular grubs in most aspects, aside from a distinct patchy glow. As they nibble at the sap, their mouths can be seen to shine with a bright purple light. And then there's the shrine. Standing above these grubs, in the centre of the stump lies a gate, seemingly to nowhere. A structure fashioned of twigs and now dead leaves forming an intertwined archway. Now, it is important to note that this is an ever-present feature of the way shrines, a passage, a door, gateway, opening, or even written characters defining one or other of these things. As stated, the design varies, but what follows will always be the same. After entering the enclosure of the willow and standing before the stump, a vividly colourful bird, not dissimilar from our own woodpecker, were it not for the bright colours, fluttered down and alighted upon the stump. Picking up a grub in its beak and rapidly gulping it down, it appeared as if the bird was simply stopping by for an easy meal. I stood still. Moments passed with little happening except my watching and the bird waiting. Then one peculiarity following another began to take hold of the bird. Quiet light shone in the dark between its feathers, from its talons, from its eyes. Dimly at first, but gaining in brightness, emanating the same colour as its recent meal. A vibrating hum now surrounded the creature, shaking the air, and a strange pulsing began like the beat of a deep drum. It unfurled its wings and with a swift blast of cold air crossed the forest floor, disturbing the yellowed leaves and rustling the long, still branches of the willow. Suddenly it flew, up to a point directly above the small gate sculpture and with talons grasping at naught but air, seeming to pinch reality itself, it began to peck. Tiny cracks began to form in empty space, each strike spreading them like tendrils until reality simply broke. With a rush of air flowing inward now, the portal opened. A gushing wind, as though a team of wild horses thundered past and through me, urging me to run, to soar with them. Peering forward, I saw an entirely different forest. Cabin smoke curled up from a distant chimney. Mountains rose to the horizon, a bright moonlit sky contrasting the day of its opposing side. My heart fluttered in nervous excitement. I shall not forget. It was then that I saw her for the first time.